Hey everybody, welcome back. Now I finally got through all of Pokemon Legends ZA, and I'll say this, it's not as good as I originally thought, but I didn't hate my time with it. So I will say that it was kind of cool going back to Kalos. That was something that kind of initially excited me quite a bit going back to this game because I do remember playing X and Y a lot when they originally came out. So going back, I was kind of excited. There were a lot of the same characters. It was the same setting in Lumio City, and that was cool. That was really kind of suiting for me because I remember getting back into Pokemon with X and Y, and then now coming back again with this, it felt really fitting. I mean, I did play Scarlet just before this, but it didn't really feel that good, and it was more of a slog for me to get through. So I was looking forward to this. It was fresh, it was connected to Pokemon games that I already liked. So that drew me into the story initially. And Kalos was kind of focused on your friendship and the people around you and building bonds with people. So they kind of continued that in this game where you have like an easier story. You're just making friends with new people and you're working with them. You're a part of a team and you're kind of meeting new people as you go. I think that kind of worked at the beginning of the game. And as the story went on, it started to build up this mystery of, oh my God, these Pokemon, they're mega evolving all over the place. What is happening? How are we going to stop this? It's so painful for these Pokemon. How are we going to save this city? And it just ends up being something really kind of dumb at the end. It's like, oh, the tower is emitting mega evolution power and it's making people mega evolve. It gets destroyed and that's it. I was kind of hoping for a cooler ending, but the way that the tower is destroyed is kind of cool, and I do like the big final boss fight. I mean, obviously, Zygarde is involved. There's a Pokemon that mega evolves and you're fighting it, and it's this big, awesome, bombastic Dragon Ball Z type fight, and that was pretty cool, and I did enjoy that part of it, but the story as a whole was kind of weak. I mean, like I said, it's based on friendship and building friends. I kept waiting for Team Flare to come back and have some big moment, but really they just turned out to be like friendly people, and you meet the Rust Syndicate and they just end up being like friendly people, and every time you defeat somebody in the ZA Royale, they just become your friends. So I don't know, I guess it was fitting for the game, but I wanted a little bit more. But it was very, very PG all the way through. The wild areas are kind of cool, but they got old pretty fast. I didn't really feel excited to go check out a new wild area unless I was just looking to catch the Pokemon that were in that area to fill up my decks. There's not like a big sense of exploration. The catacombs are in the game, but they're very limited. It's like a little side quest or dungeon. You go in there, you fight a Pokemon, you come out, and that's it. It was not anything too crazy. The game is primarily battle focused, and when you're doing these different battle zones at night, you can go through and fight other trainers. It's fine. There's nothing too crazy. I wish they would have more like creative battle structures or like different scenarios where you would get caught in fights with trainers, maybe two at a time or double battles or something, but it was just the same thing over and over again. You would go pick up cards, you would go fight trainers, you would try to use certain moves to get through your rank in the ZA Royale as fast as you can, and that's really all there was to it. So as I played through the game, it quickly got very repetitive. You're going through on the day, you're visiting the wild zones, you're trying to catch stuff, you're trying to take out mega Pokemon who are running rampant across the city. During the night, you're going into the battle zones and you're battling, and that's fine. But this quickly became an issue for me because in this game, they got rid of the turn-based combat. And at first I was kind of excited by that because I always wanted to see what a Pokemon game like that would look like. And it is kind of cool, but it just feels like you're just spamming certain moves, and the moves are kind of positional. So like certain moves, the Pokemon will run back to you and then shoot a beam off. Certain moves will attack right around it. Certain moves will cause it to move straight at the other Pokemon. So you do kind of have to think about positioning, and some moves leave a bunch of swirly garbage or fire on the ground. So you have to pay attention to that, but it's nothing crazy, and it just felt really repetitive. And you have to stay focused on the battles. You can't really look away, where other Pokemon games I could play, kind of like watch a TV show and kind of passively play through the game. This, you had to kind of be locked in. So I did lose some entertainment out of that, where I felt like I was focused and kind of bored for a portion of the game. but it wasn't horrible. I did like it. It just made me play in smaller chunks, and I did get through the game just fine. As far as the new megas, I would say that most of the new megas are awesome. I was very surprised. I actually was able to hold back, and I didn't look anything up beforehand. I just naturally saw most of these Pokemon, and I think they are awesome. I do like what they did with a lot of them. And the ones that they picked were so weird and random. I love it. I can't wait to see this new DLC. Apparently, we have a date. It's coming out December 10th. There's a lot of new Pokemon coming, and for those of you that are not familiar with X and Y, there were a couple Pokemon with X and Y specific forms, and apparently some Pokemon are even going to have new Z forms. And if this is anything like the DLC from Scarlet and Violet, I think it's going to be way better than everything in the base game. Originally, I kind of defended this, saying it didn't look that bad. Like the buildings were kind of like flat and the windows were flat, whatever. I'm not a big window guy. I didn't initially see the problem with that. And I played through the game. It wasn't too bad. It just felt really flat and basic and boring. You know, maybe a Pokemon game should have more detail and exciting areas in the city. But in the first video, I had mentioned how Pokemon Legends Arceus kept putting me to sleep and I just couldn't get into it. Well, after I beat this game, I went back and tried that again. Oh my God, was I wrong. The starting town, I think it's Jubilee City, way more interesting than Lumio City already. Right off the bat, it's way more detailed. There's more stuff going on in the streets. Everything looks like it has such meticulous care in the environment. The art style is awesome. And then the story, I'm right at the beginning of the game, but right now I'm up to the point where you beat Kleavor. That's really cool. I like the Diamond Clan and the Pearl Clan and everything that's going on in the story. It looks really cool. There's a robust crafting system. You have to go and pick plants off the ground to make your own Pokeballs and medicine and revives. That's all cool. When you go put a Pokemon in the PC, it actually goes to a ranch where you have to go get it. That's awesome. That's awesome world building, and I love it. And that's missing in Pokemon Legends ZA. And to me, now as I'm playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, it just has me feeling like, God, if I didn't know any better, I would think that Pokemon Legends ZA came out first, and this is a sequel to that. And it feels really weird to be saying that now. So again, it's not that Pokemon Legends ZA was bad, but it's just not that good, and I kind of wish it was better, but we'll see what happens with this DLC. I'm sure the DLC is going to be good. I did enjoy my time with it for what it was. It was cool to see what happened to Lysander and AZ and figure out what happened with his Floetta and to see what is happening in the city, and that's all cool. So hopefully the next time they do a Pokemon Legends game, they put a little bit more effort into it. I don't know what has been going on with Pokemon lately, but they have just lost their magic. I don't know what it is. I mean, to me, it's extra clear right now because I'm playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. That was awesome. I'm going back. I'm playing Pokemon Ultra Sun on the 3DS. That's also awesome. And just thinking back on this game, it just left me feel like I wanted more. I wanted to see more. I wanted more depth. Where were the regional variants? I understand that X and Y came out not that long ago, and we played through the region, and they didn't have regional variants. We didn't see every Pokemon. New Pokemon have come out since those games came out. Why can't we see new regional variants of other Pokemon? Those are my thoughts on the game. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you think we're going to see regional variants in the Mega Dimension DLC, or are we just going to see a boatload of new Megas and a bunch of crazy stuff? Let me know what you think. Until next time, I'll see you later. Goodbye.